This is how I made $25,000 this month freelance brand scaling. I made 15K for this brand literally just today, which means that I'm taking home 1.5K, and then continuously throughout the next couple of days, we're gonna probably have a $30,000 to $40,000 drop, which means I'm getting 3 to 4K just from this one client. And I'm gonna be dropping, guys, the A to Z freelance brand scaling course right here. There's gonna be so much sauce, 8-page document. I'm showing you what kind of emails to set up. I'm gonna show you exactly everything you need to know about ads, so you'll never need to watch another video about brand scaling again. Why is brand scaling a great model for beginners? Well, there's low barrier to entry. For example, you don't need a lot of money like drop shipping or starting a clothing brand, and you don't need to deal with shipping. You don't need to deal with production, waiting months to get your pieces on pre-orders. You just provide a service and get paid for it. It's the most simple business model ever. You give somebody value, you help them make more money, and you take a part of that money home. Number one. Number two, there's really high demand. A lot of people want to run ads. It's a hot topic right now, and you're going to be there for the clients, helping them make significantly more money. Number three, it's very scalable. You can do this from your home. All you need is a laptop. Sometimes all you need is a phone, and eventually you can grow a whole team around it like me. But regardless, you could do this yourself, have upwards of 5 to 10 clients, making all you at least 1 to 2K a month, and you're making easily $10,000 a month. So let's start with the very, very basics, which is building a personal brand. So first of all, you want to have a good profile. The most notorious figure in this scene is Brez Scales. As you could see, his profile is very simple. He has a marketing highlight where he shows how much money he generated for his clients. And I have the exact same thing on my profile. This is when you're doing outreach, they can go and check out your page and see, okay, this guy is legit. So as you can see, he made 1K for this client, he made 6K for this client. And then he also has a lifestyle highlight where he kind of just shows off his life and that he really makes this money and he really scales up his clients. As you can see, I follow a very similar formula for my profile. Ads by Dan, it's in my name. People know exactly what I'm doing. I have digital marketing in my bio. I'm showing off my cars, my M4, a trip I went to LA, we got Lambos, and I have an ecom highlight where I'm showing results that I made for my clients. 18K here, 15K here, 11K here, 45K for this client. And then I also have a lifestyle highlight where I'm also showing just my day-to-day life, my vacations, and everything we've been doing. This way, when people go on your profile, they're just a lot more enticed when they see you and they're just like, okay, this guy's legit, he knows what he's doing. So if you don't have that flexi content, what I actually recommend is having education content. I actually do this as well. Brez doesn't really do this, but this has helped me immensely. Pretty much I have videos where I just talk about what brand scaling is. I talk about how ads can help your clothing brand, how email and SMS marketing made me money, and stuff like this. So as you can see, this is how I made my first $100,000 with my clothing brand. I drop sauce like that, and you can tell people you should be running ads, making content like this. You should have your email set up and all that. So that's just really important. So your profile is really, really important. It's actually the first step to finding clients, and actually finding clients, there's a couple of different strategies. So there's 3 main methods. The first method I call hashtag hunting. This is when you're actually searching up hashtags like hashtag clothing brand, hashtag streetwear, and I'm going to show you what this looks like right now. So all you need to do is go to the search section, type in, for example, hashtag clothing brand, and check it out. A bunch of brands are going to load. So this right here is 13K. This right here has 1K. This right here has a 1.6K, 2K. And these are all potential clients that you could hit up. For example, this post got 2.3 thousand likes. This guy only has 13,000 followers and he's getting pretty decent views. This is a great client to potentially hit up, and they can make you a lot of money. So when you're looking for a client, this is kind of the main criteria that I follow. First of all, they should have between 1 and 10K followers. If they have more than that, it's going to be a little bit harder to reach them. But if you do reach them, you're going to get a really good client, because if they're doing well organically, there's a really, really high chance they're going to do even better with ads. Second thing is you want them to get at least 1 to 2,000 views a reel or a TikTok. If they're only getting 500, 300 views, that means their content is horrible. That also means that nobody's liking their pieces because people just aren't engaging with it, and you want people who are already doing organically, like I said. And also, this is a cheat code right here. You can get this extension called Meta Pixel Helper, and I have this extension right here. As you can see, no pixel found on this. Make sure your ad block is off. That's really important, or else it won't work. But pretty much, boom, if it shows up like this, 1 pixel found on X website, means they already are running ads, and it's probably a waste of time hitting them up. If they have nothing like this, that means they're not running ads, and you should probably hit them up. This will save you so much time, because a lot of people that you're going to hit up are going to be running ads. So don't waste your time hitting up people who already have a team behind them. You want to hit up brands that aren't running ads, aren't really making money through these back-end systems. Now, the second method is a burner account. This is actually what I prefer to do, just because it's so much easier. here, as you can see, I have an entire account where I just engage with brands, follow 10 to 15 brands, and your explore page will literally look like this. As you can see, I have a bunch of clothing brands right here. For example, there's one right here, there's 4,000 likes, and these are all potential clients. As you can see, there's so many, it literally goes forever and forever. So this is a great way to find brands, especially trendy brands, like things that are trending. They're going to always be on the explore page. Like this has 4K likes, but it might be harder to get these clients just because they're already hitting the algorithm. They're doing well. There's probably other people trying to hit them up. So the easiest method to get a client is actually the TikTok to Instagram bridge. Pretty much how that works is you need to find a TikTok account that gets good views, but doesn't really post on Instagram. Maybe they have under 1K followers. Maybe they don't post their TikToks as reels. And this way it'll be much easier to get that client. So that's actually how I found my first client. Well, I guess it was kind of through a group chat, but it's because I found them on TikTok and they were popping there first. As you can see, if you just type in hashtag clothing brand, and don't click top because that's going to show you the most popular ones. You want to click videos, and this is where it's going to show you kind of some that are popping, some that aren't. This guy right here, for example, I checked this guy's profile out earlier and he's a prime client. So look, 14K views, 26K views, 24K views, and 4.6K views. That's really good views. That means people are liking his piece, people are engaging. All these videos are doing well, 4,000, 2,000, 11,000. And if you look him up on Instagram, he has barely any clout. So check it out. He only has 500 followers and 300 of them, almost 400 of them, like the piece. That's almost all his followers. He doesn't really post that many reels, and the ones that he did got decent views. So 10K here, 6K here, 8K here. They're doing pretty well organically. They don't have a lot of followers. This is a prime brand to hit up. Let's go on their website and see if they have a pixel. And yeah, look, they don't even, actually, let me turn off the, yeah. So they don't have a metapixel. This is a prime brand. I'm probably going to hit them up right now myself. If one of you guys steal this client from me, I'm going to be very upset. Just kidding, but it's a free game. But regardless, this is the TikTok to Instagram bridge method. This is how I kind of found my first client. That's what I highly recommend you guys do because there's so many brands posting on TikTok nowadays. So now let's talk about the cold outreach script. So this is pretty much actually getting the client, what you're going to send them, what kind of message. So it's really simple. All you want to do is send them a DM saying, hey, I've been following your brand for X amount of time, or I like this piece. I think it's really fire. This new drop you have coming up is really good. So just give them some kind of compliment. After you give them the compliment, tell them, I help brands like yours. I scale them up. I scale up their revenue with Facebook ads and email and SMS marketing. Tell them what you do pretty much. And then tell them, look, there's no upfront cost. I only get paid if I make you money. This way, it's a win-win for both of you. So you only get paid if you make him money and he makes money, and then he has to pay you. And most people just send DMs nowadays, and that's where you're actually missing out on a lot of money because what pretty much Brett scales mentorship, he talks about how you should send DMs. But recently, this has been working really well for my clients. The same exact thing, but just send it as like a video, literally like a Snapchat almost, just showing your face saying, hey, you know, I just saw your brand. Your piece is really fire. I feel like we could totally run it up with ads and email and SMS marketing. Like, you know, if you're down to give me a chance, pretty much it's I only take 10% of whatever I generate you. Boom, send that video and the type of video that they need to open to see. So that way they pretty much have no choice but to open it. They're probably not going to think it's something like you trying to get to work with them. So they open it, and then at that point they're going to watch the whole video and they'll be like, well, you know, why not give it a try? And this way you'll stand out from all the other people sending the same copy and paste DMs. And what I do is I actually have a follow-up strategy. So after I send the first DM or video DM, 3 days later, if they don't respond, I said, hey, I'm just checking up. Let me know if you're down for a quick call. And then a week after the original message, I'll send something like, I saw your new post. For example, if they're having a new drop, it'll be like, I saw this new piece. It looks really fire. We could totally run it up with ads. Or have you thought about running ads for this drop? That's pretty much what I would do until you find a client. Do that for 2-3 weeks. You'll easily find someone. It'll just take some time, and it's the most tedious part. Eventually, you need to onboard. You need to get them on. So I have a contract that I can show you guys. You could literally copy this contract right here. Here's the agreement. You can check this out. Pause the video. You can copy and paste it, but you could just throw this into ChatGPT. It'll easily like write up a contract for you. Just write the pretty much the essentials like this. So let's say, hey, ChatGPT, include the 10% revenue clause. So the client agrees to pay 10% of whatever you generate them, that you're going to need access to Shopify, Facebook ads, email, and SMS marketing. That if they want to terminate or stop working with you, it's a 30-day notice or a 7-day notice, whatever you want. You could use tools like DocuSign or PandaDoc pretty much for them to give you an e-signature and sign it and make the document official. So that's the annoying part. The actual fun part is to get access to the Shopify, the Meta Business Suite, and Omnisend and Klaviyo. So first of all, Shopify is very simple. So if you go in the settings right here and then users and permissions, you can hop on a call with them on Discord or Facebook ads, and they can pretty much just, you can tell them what to do. They go to users and permissions, and right here you'll see collaborator code, and then in the URL, for me it's Crisis US, but if they just started their store, it'll be like a random digit of numbers like this, like a random digit like that kind of looking thing, and you just tell them to copy that and send it to you, as well as a collaborator code. And what you do is you want to make a Shopify partner account. This is completely free, by the way. So just look up Shopify partner on Google, boom, open this up. up, click log in, or click sign up, I guess, and then make an account. Very simple. It'll take you 5 minutes. Verify that you're human, and then boom, you're gonna click add store, request access to store. Then you're gonna put in the store URL with the code that I told you pretty much. You just type in the code or the digit of numbers that's right here. For me, it's crisis.us. For you guys, it's gonna be random digits. And then collaborator request code, just copy this and paste this, and then click select all. And then boom, request access to store. All they need to do is check their email, approve it, and then boom, it's done, and you get full access once they approve it. Maybe they don't want to show their finances, that's fine. You still get access, you still get everything you need. So that's pretty much step one. Now let's talk about how to get access to the Facebook Meta Suite. So I'm going to show you if they already have a Facebook account, because most people already have a Facebook account. So as you can see, this is my personal Facebook. Click Meta Business Suite, and then depending on what the brand is, they probably already have a Facebook page. If they have a Facebook page, just click settings, or you tell them to click settings. Very simply, you're going to get a verification code. You just want to do that real quick, and then boom, they click invite people, put in your email, select all access for everything. For example, I'll just put my email, so click full control, next, select all the assets, and then you want to click full control, next, and then send invitation. Then boom, you accept that, check your promotion tab in Gmail, then you go to add accounts, click add, create a new ad account, pages, if they probably already have a page, but if they don't, you create that, and then you click connect assets, and then you connect the Instagram account, and then you also connect the ad account here, and then boom, that's all you need. Now you're ready to run ads through the ad account. You can click these 3 lines, and then you can click ads manager, and this is pretty much where you're going to be running all the ads. Next thing you want to do is actually get access to the email and SMS marketing, and all you do is get them to look up OmniSend in the Shopify search bar right here. They can install this app, they can create an account. It's actually very, very simple. All they do is add you as an administrator. So just click right here, click account management, click users, click invite user. So what you want to do is just select role admin, insert your email, or get your client to insert your email, boom, click confirm, and then you're good to go. It's going to send you a verification email, then you just accept it, and you have full access to the email, Facebook ads, and the Shopify. That's the most important part, actually having access to their stuff. Now you send them the client, now you actually have the client. Now let's actually get into the fun stuff, the money making stuff, the Facebook ads, the email SMS marketing. So Facebook ad is decently complex, but it's nothing that you can't learn. Pretty much, let's just jump straight into it. The first thing is that your campaign is broken up into 3 sections. Now I'm going to show you exactly what each section means. So for example, right here, as you can see, this is the campaign, and then inside the campaign there's an ad set, and inside there's the actual ads, the actual videos or photos that are going to the customers that are trying to buy your stuff. So for the campaign, there's different campaign types. For example, there's a sales campaign, that's where you actually make money, get purchases, stuff like that. Then there's an engagement campaign. This is to build social proof. This is to get people to see your brand. Mostly you'll be using a sales campaign, and sometimes you'll be building up SMS lists. So depending on the brand, it may be profitable. With some brands, it may not be profitable, but you can run engagement campaigns or sales campaigns to build up the SMS list for a drop day that you actually send out, and then boom, you'll get a bunch of sales. But I don't usually recommend this, especially when you're starting out, because there's a specific cost per click, a CPC, where it's profitable. And I'm gonna tell you what those terms mean later on. Now, ad set targeting, there's broad targeting, there's interest targeting. So pretty much what that means is that you can actually set where the Facebook ads go to, or what kind of audience they go to. For example, right here, you could select, you scroll down, the custom audiences, but I really highly recommend just using broad targeting. This is the best part. You don't really need to do all this. Facebook is an algorithm that has dumped millions and millions, if not billions of dollars into their algorithms, and it knows what it's doing, it knows who it's targeting, but sometimes in the very rare occasion, you know better. And then you could, for example, if you're making Kanye West merch, or for example, you're selling athletic wear, right here you can put in the detailed targeting, for example, Kanye West, boom. You know what I mean? So you could do stuff like that to target specific audiences. But again, Facebook has been doing this for years. Pretty much how they track who your audience is, they'll see what people click, and then they'll kind of, okay, these groups of people click on your ads. I'll only show ads to these groups of people in this age group, whatever, and they do it for you. Now right here in Advantage Plus Placements, just click edit. You don't have to do this for pre-made. I only recommend this for pre-orders. If you click manual placements, you can select where they're going. So I would turn all this off and just do Instagram, because Facebook, if you're doing pre-orders, Facebook has this feature where they send an email out to a customer that bought through Facebook, and a week later after the purchase, and it says, how are you enjoying your purchase? And if you're doing pre-orders, the customer didn't get their purchase yet, so they're going to give it a bad review, and eventually if you get enough bad reviews, your ads will get shut down. So if you're doing pre-made, you can do Facebook. If you're doing pre-order, only do Instagram. I highly recommend that. No Facebook for pre-order. The next thing is the ad creatives, which is pretty much right here. These are all creatives. There's different types of creatives, right? You could have static images, where it's just one singular image. Let me show you pretty much what that would look like. So for example, right here, you can see flexible, single image or video, carousel or collection, collection. You don't need collection. The only three you would use is flexible, single image video, or carousel. Single image or video is very simply a single image or a video. This is good for just showing some kind of offer. So there's three main formats. There's flexible, single image or video, or carousel. Single image or video is best for reels where, for example, you have an offer. For example, it says buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one 50% off with some like text while somebody's like, I don't know, twirling in a hoodie, or you just want to show somebody wearing a fit. That's what that's for. That does pretty well, but I highly recommend carousel. Carousel is when you can show different photos, different videos. I usually do different photos, showing different or the same products, just like different angles of the products, for example, on body, on the floor, all that stuff. And recently, Facebook has dropped something called flexible. So flexible says we'll show your ad in the format we predict may perform best. So they pretty much do all the testing for you, and you can upload up to 10 ads, and it just selects the best one and pushes that one. But I don't recommend that because you could individually test all these 10 ads and find the winner, find the best one, and the other ones might be somewhat profitable, and then there's probably some that aren't profitable at all. So with flexible, it burns through all 10 creatives, and you don't know which one is actually doing the best. You don't know the analytics, you don't know which ones is getting pushed, and after the ad dies, all 10 ads get cooked. You can't run them anymore. They stop being profitable. But this way, for example, okay, these 5 aren't profitable, this one is super profitable, and these 4 are somewhat profitable. So you have a lot more margin, I guess, of running ads. You can run them for longer, you can make more money that way. Yeah, but flexible does work well, but it just burns the creatives very fast and a lot of them at once. Now for the video ads, you want to keep them around 10-15 seconds long, showing off the items. If you do like influencer ads, so where they kind of talk about the product for a while, that's good. You can keep it a minute, but generally you want to keep it short, sweet, show the offer, show the product, straight to the point. Now there's a couple different metrics that you're going to have to know. This is really important. There's ROAS, which is return on ad spend. This is the revenue divided by the ad spend. You want to be around 3 ROAS. So every dollar you're putting into the ads, you're getting $3 back. But what actually matters is your profitability. If you're not profitable at 3 ROAS, you want to get it higher. If you're profitable at 2 ROAS, as long as you're at 2 and above, that's fine. And how you do that calculation is pretty much through this cost per acquisition. This is the ad spend divided by the number of sales. So pretty much this isn't necessarily correct. Your max cost per acquisition doesn't have to be 30% of the product price. It just has to be profitable. So for example, if your product costs, I don't know, $15 to make, it costs you $8 to ship, and it costs you $20 to acquire, that's $43. If you're selling the hoodie for $65, then your profitability is $22. Okay, good. Keep running the ads. This is the most important metric, and the metric that you should actually look out for, because as long as the ads are profitable, keep running them. Now let's talk about the click-through rate. So click-through rate is pretty important. You want to have around 1% or above for link click-through rates, but generally it doesn't matter. As long as the ads are profitable, keep them running. Now this is actually a super important metric, frequency. There is a danger zone. Frequency is how much somebody sees your ads. So on average, pretty much. So if your frequency is above 3 or especially above 5, you want to turn the ads off because it's getting really repetitive. You're probably not running enough ads. And how you get the frequency down is by testing more ads at once, so people don't get bombarded with the same ad, because what that causes is ad fatigue, and ad fatigue pretty much kills your ads. If somebody sees your ad a bunch of times, eventually it's going to die down really, really sharp, really, really fast. So be wary of this. Again, as long as the ads are profitable, if you're at a 3 to 5, somewhere, let's say you have a 4 frequency, but you're still profitable, keep it running. But you now know, like, okay, I should start testing more ads, or I start scaling more ads, because this is probably going to stop being profitable soon if people keep seeing it too much. Now, here's a little secret on how to scale ads like a pro. Nobody tells you this, but there's 2 types of ad scaling. So after you do the testing phase, after you test out a bunch of creatives. So this is what a testing campaign looks like. I literally have tens and tens of ads here. I'm only spending like $20 per ad. And then once it hits a certain point, okay, $20, I see that this ad is profitable. This ad is an $18 cost per purchase. My goal is, for example, under 20. What I do is I take these ads, I click duplicate, and then I pretty much just duplicate them into existing campaign, and then you'll have a scaling campaign. So I don't actually have that on this account, but the scaling campaign, you're spending a lot more budget. You'll be spending $100, $200 because you already know that these ads do well. That scaling campaign is going to start making good money. And now, how do you spend more? How do you go from spending $100, $200 a day to spending $500, $600? Well, there's a couple different ways. So the first way is horizontal scaling. That's when you actually duplicate the ad set or the campaign, and you can target new regions, for example, a different country from the US to Canada, or you can target different interests. So for example, you were doing broad before, and now you're targeting specific influencers, specific celebrities, specific, I don't know, musicians, whatever. Now there's a vertical scaling, which is more generally what people use. This is when you increase the budget. So don't jump from $100 to $500. Go up 20% every day. So for example, 50, 60, 72, and slowly go up, 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 because eventually you'll hit a point where your ads are going to too many people, and this outer circle of people are not interested in your products. Like you have the inner circle, the main base of people that are interested in, slightly bigger circle, they're less interested in it, but they'll still buy your products. And eventually you'll hit a point where nobody cares about that product. And that's when your ads tank. You do not want to hit that point. You want to get right as close possible to it, spending as much budget as possible, but you don't want to go over that point to the point where, your ads stop being profitable, stop, making money. And then you could also do creative refreshes, which is testing more ads, more videos, more images every 14 days. This is to combat fatigue. Like I was mentioning earlier, the more ads you're running at the same time, the less fatigue there's going to be per ad. So this way your ads don't die out in, for example, a week, and you can make them last a month, 2 months, because there's so many other ads that people don't get sick and tired of this specific one. You can also do this by changing the copies, the headlines, the offer. Instead of buy one for $100, buy two for, buy one, get one 50% off, something like that. Constantly changing so people don't get tired of the same old image and the same old offer. So now let's talk about email and SMS marketing. So email and SMS marketing is actually very, very important as well. This is pretty much where you can make a lot of money, and a lot of people don't tell you that for some reason, because a lot of brand scalers don't actually know how to make money with email and SMS marketing. As you can see, for this brand, I made $18,000 alone from email and SMS marketing, which is really, really good. So there's two parts of email and SMS marketing. There's flows, there's automations, which is the same thing, and there's campaigns, blasts. This is also the same thing. So automations are very simply put reminder emails. So for example, if somebody adds to their cart, or if somebody browses the website but they don't buy anything, they'll get an email later on saying, hey, we saw you looking at the website, or we saw you added to cart but you didn't finish your transaction. Here's 10% off so you can actually come to our site, finish it, and buy whatever you were looking at. And this is usually a series of emails. For example, abandoned cart flow could be email 1, email 2, and then they get an SMS. Let's actually show you live what this looks like. So I have a bunch of automations here. Abandoned checkout value split has made me over 3.5K. So let's click on it, and this is what it looks like. So there's certain conditions that they need to meet to get into this flow, and once they meet these conditions, they get into here. So orders over $100, they get a bigger discount compared to orders under $100, they don't get anything. And let's just look at this email so we can see exactly what's in it. And it's very, very simple. What's happened, we noticed you left some items in your cart. These items could be gone soon, so grab them while they're gone. Boom, here's 15% off. They get an exclusive discount code, and then they get upsold other products. So let's actually preview this as a customer and see what it looks like. So this is what a customer would pretty much see. The exact same thing, and they get upsold one product. They can redeem the discount, and it urges them to buy because there's an expiration date. Now I'm going to show you a couple more. There's some main flows that every brand needs to have. For example, a welcome flow, which is super, super important. This is a non-negotiable flow. This is when a customer goes onto your website and fills out the welcome pop-up. If you don't know what a welcome pop-up is, I could show you right now. So if you go on one of my brands and you wait a couple of seconds, here, boom, here you go. Would you like to get 15% off your order? Yes, boom, they enter their information, join VIP, they have to accept this, and then boom, now they're in your mailing list. So how this works is once they do that, a minute later, they get a discount. Here's 10% off. Boom, welcome aboard. Then a day later, if they still don't buy anything, they get another email. Hey, your discount's waiting for you, blah, blah, blah. And 4 days later, they get another one. Don't miss out on your 10% discount. There's a bunch of items that you can use your discount with. Let's just look at the actual email. So there's plenty of great items in stock, but only a few left to purchase. We wouldn't want you to miss these savings. Boom. So that's how you get your customers to actually purchase. This is how you milk every dollar out of your client's funnel to make sure that they're getting every possible monetization they could. Now the main flows that are really important, non-negotiable, is the abandoned cart. That's when they add something to their cart and don't finish. And they have the browse abandonment, which is pretty much when they look at something, but they don't actually add anything to their cart. They don't purchase anything. They just look at the site. Now re-engagement emails is if they used to buy something and then like 90 days later they still have not purchased anything. This is pretty much getting them to come back. Hey, we missed you. What happened? Why did you stop coming to our website? Here's 10% off if you still want to buy something. Back in stock email. So whenever an item gets restocked, they get an email. Hey, we saw you looking at this product a while ago. It's finally back in stock. You can come purchase it. Then order confirmation, that's not necessary, like super important, but this is something you should still have. Welcome series, which is super important to have. And I'm actually gonna show you right now how you can set up the pop-up for your clients. So the first thing you wanna do is actually go to forms. Then what you wanna do is click create form. My favorite basic one is this one right here, but my favorite one in general is the micro yes. This has worked the best for me because, first they click yes, and after they click yes, like, would you like to save 10% today? Who would click no? And then boom, now they're here. Now they feel like they chose to do this instead of it just being seeing a spammy pop-up right in front of their face, which kind of makes it a little bit more suspicious. You know, like, what is this spam? This has been working really well for me and has got me the highest submit form rate ever. And yeah, you can customize it however you want. I would add a phone number here. You could literally just drag and drop any of these things right here and build it exactly how you want and enable form. And all you have to do is just pretty much enable this in Shopify as well, and it'll pop up. Once you set up the pop-up, go to automations, click create workflow, and there's so many templates here. There's right here, welcome flow, welcome with text, abandoned cart, abandoned checkout. There's just so many that you could take, download, or just use them. Click customize workflow, boom, now they're in your funnel just like that. I would recommend changing them, specifically making it look nicer per client. This way that, you know, you'll be able to kind of personalize each one and they'll work a little bit better. But if you're just starting out, this is a great way to have templates and know which ones to use. And once you have all your main ones set up right here, the important ones that I said, let's talk about the SMS strategy and the email strategy for campaigns or blasts, whatever you want to call them. This is pretty much drop day, what you're sending out. I'm going to show you exactly what they should look like. So here's one of my clients. We generated $16,000 from OmniSend alone and $171,000 total in the last year. So that doesn't count this year even, but pretty much check this out. Campaigns. So this is a campaign that we sent out today. It got sent out to almost 10,000 people. It got us 4.3K in sales so far, and we only spent $400 sending it out, almost $500, which is a 10 ROAS, $10 for every dollar you're putting in, which is really, really good. This is super profitable. And all it is just an image of the product, of the drop, and it says drop live now, use code this, and then boom, the website. And then it just shows the drop. Done, just like that, 4K. I take 10% of that, which means I got $400 in my pocket just from that. So it's that simple with SMS. With emails, it's a little bit more complex. So you want to have warm-up emails. And as you could see right here, this is one of them. On drop day, we sent out email right here. It's Black Friday, which generated us 1.1K, which is really, really good. And then it generated us even more right here, generate $200, right here generated another 200. And how we do this is actually through warm-ups. If you just send out emails on drop day, that's going to be really bad. As you could see, the last people that were running this guy's email account were doing it very horribly. As you could see, they would send out the email to absolutely everyone, all 8,000 people. They would get a 10% open rate and 0.4% click rate. They would only get $160. And what changed? How are they now making $1,000 just from emails? Well, it's because you do warm-ups. So first, as you can see, this email was sent to 1,200 people compared to this 8,000 email, which only made $100. How? Was because you only send out emails to the most engaged people. So as you could see, we sent it out 2 days until the drop to active email subscribers in the last 30 days and active email subscribers in the last 60 days. So these are the people that are opening already all his emails. So what this does is when we actually send them an email, Gmail knows these people open the emails. So they'll automatically go into their inbox. It won't go into spam. And that's why the open rate is so high. It's 74%. But later on, we send it out to a bigger audience. So you see this is only 1,100 people, and then we sent out 1,200 people, and you slowly go through the entire list until you went through all 8,000 people. Then you delete the people that don't open emails, and you'll have a list of like 2,000 or 3,000 people that always open emails. This will bring your clients in money every single month because these people are going to be really, really high value. They're customers that always open emails, and you want to make sure to warm up. Send them an email a week before drop. Hey, the drop is coming soon, to the most engaged people. And then a day before the drop, hey, the drop is going to be out in 1 day. And now you could kind of send it to a couple more people to like say 60 or 90 day engaged. And on drop day, you can send it to, let's say, 100 day engaged. This way you get really high open rates, really high click rates, and you make a lot of money. So emails are a really fun way. I don't know why most brand scalers don't talk about it, but you can make so much money from it because you also take 10% of the emails, 10% of the ads. If you make them 10K off ads, 10K off emails, you're taking home $2,000. So it's pretty simple. With the SMS strategy, it's a much higher open rate than emails. It's almost like 90% open rate. So you want to do is don't spam them, send 1 to 2 texts to drop whenever there's sales, whenever drop day, for example, flash sale, 30% off, ends at midnight. And this is kind of encouraging people to buy. You know they're going to open it, so don't spam them because then they'll unsubscribe. And you have to follow the legal compliance. You need to have an opt-out message or else you can get banned or fined, which is really bad. But now let's actually talk about tracking and optimizing and making sure that your ads are doing good. So you want to track your ROAS, your return on ad spent, your CTR, which is your click-through rate, and your CPA, which is cost per acquisition. You can also call it a CPP, cost per purchase. And how you do this is by paid softwares like Triple Whale, which you don't necessarily need, but they'll help you you track everything a lot better. They'll track your products, how much they cost, the shipping fee, and you can kind of input all the profit margins, and then you'll have your total amount of profit number that you could show your clients. But you don't necessarily need this. You could do this all manually, but it's just a lot more work. And the reason why it's important to track your analytics and seeing how you're doing is to make sure that you remain profitable. And like I was saying earlier, you want to count your cost per result, your cost per acquisition, your cost per purchase, whatever you want to call it, because you want to make sure your client is always profitable. As soon as it stops being profitable, you want to turn off the ad. And you just need to make sure to count all expenses. So whatever fees he's paying, subscriptions, this, the shipping fees, that's really important. The packaging, how much it costs him for per package, to like the actual poly mailer, the stickers, all that stuff. You want to make sure that every package he sends out, he makes money on. And this includes your fee. Count your 10% fee. So if he's selling a $60 hoodie, you're taking home $6 from that 10%. So it's really, really important to track and make sure your client's always profitable, or else your client's going to get unhappy and he's going to leave you. And you don't want that. You want to make sure your client's always happy. Now, this is some real sauce right here. You want to make sure to bring up your AOV, which is called average order value. Well, your average order value is how much every client that's shopping with you is spending. And how you can bring this up is Venga AI or Monster Cart upsell. These are upsells. What is an upsell? An upsell is pretty much when somebody adds something to cart, they'll get hit with an upsell. This is, hey, do you also want to add this product to your cart for 10% off? Or, hey, we have a bundle running. If you add this item, you'll get it 50% off. For example, Monster Cart upsell, you can get stuff like buy X, get Y free. Venga AI, you can get 10% off certain products. So let me show you exactly what this looks like. So I have it set up on this shop right here, and I actually don't think I have any pieces on the website at the moment, so maybe I'll have to find another website. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this site has it. As you can see, add to cart, add to cart, and then this is Monster Cart upsell right here. So you've unlocked free shipping, and then it gets right here, frequently bought together, and you can add an item here. What Venga AI does, it's a little bit better for upsells just like this. You'll also have 10% off. So you can just add it to cart, 10% off, boom, people are gonna be like, well, why not buy 2 items, you know? And this makes your average order value go up. And with Monster Cart upsell, you can do really cool bundles. Like, for example, buy 2 of these for $120 or $100. I guess they turned it off, but it was 2 poles for $100, and it would show you in the cart. You could set all that up in let me show you in the setting. So as you can see, this is the Monster Cart upsell, and there's a bunch of different carts here. You could see all the analytics, how much money it's made. So this is how much we've generated, $30,000 just from this, which is ridiculous. Our ROI, $28,000, which is insane. It displayed 2.8K carts, which means it made us a bunch of money. So if you could see the campaigns here, we had a Black Friday deal. So if you want to see what it looks like, boom, add $75, you get a free tee, and then you add more, you get a free zip up, free hoodie. So that's kind of how it works. You can do cool offers like this. Now, the biggest thing that's super easy to set up is just free shipping on orders over $100. And this is like right here, if you look at it, it says free shipping on orders over $100. This is the most basic kind of way to increase your average order value for your clients. So I add something to my cart, and then as you can see, add $40 to get free shipping. Boom, I add 2 of these, for example, or 1 of these down here that I'm being sold to, which is pretty much like this. Pretty much 1 of these down here, I add them, I select my size, confirm, and then boom, now you get free shipping. The customer is thinking, oh, hey, I'll save some money, but in reality, they're spending a lot more money with you. So this is a great method to bring up the average order value for your client. And again, this is more money in your pocket because you're generating them that revenue either way. So that's pretty much how to increase your AOV. And now the biggest tip I could give you is actually website fixes. So a lot of people have horrible websites, and what you could do is use Symmetry or Shopify theme, or recently a theme that's been very popular. I forgot what it's called, but you could look up the website theme checker Shopify, and then for example, this is one of my websites. I really like this theme. If you go in here, you can use websites like this to pretty much enter the theme and figure out, or enter the website URL and figure out what theme it is. So right here it says essentials, boom. So let's go up essentials theme. So let's look it up and see if it's correct, and I guarantee you that this is the right theme. I don't know why it's not showing up. Oh yeah, right here. So boom, this is the theme. It says $250, but honestly, Dawn theme is really, really good. You can make a lot of nice Dawn websites. For my students, I have this Dawn, let me see, I think I have this theme. Yeah, I don't know where it is, but I have this theme. It's like Dawn, but I completely changed it up, and let me actually show you what it looks like. This is the exact same theme. It's pretty simple, and what actually matters is the mobile view. So if you look at it in mobile, something like this, boom, you can make the background white however you want to do it. And then I hear the FAQ, super important, helps you make a lot more money because people feel more secure shopping with your client. And then once you have that done, you have the products in here, You know, the website looks good, frequently asked, another FAQ in here, how do I wash my products, all that stuff. And then boom, you could easily have a good simple site for free. You don't need to pay $250. And by the way, guys, if you do want to learn more about freelance brand scaling, I do have a 15-minute video. It's additional to this. If you click the first link down below, it's a free training. And I'll also email you this document whenever you watch that video, so you could just scan over it yourself and maybe write down a lot of notes from here if you want. That's just included with the free training. But let's talk a little bit more about actually closing the deals and getting paid, because a lot of people suck on the phone and they don't know how to actually fully get the client to get on board with this. So a lot of objections that you're going to hear is, I can't afford ads, I have bad experiences with other guys, all this stuff. So they say I can't afford this. Say, look man, it's zero upfront cost. You only have to pay me whenever I generate money for you. So there's no risk for you, there's only reward for you. And let's say they say they had bad experiences, you could be like, let's run a little 7-day trial. I'll set up your emails, your ads, all that stuff for completely free, and you only pay me if you want to work with me afterwards. Otherwise we could stop working, no money spent for you. And of course you'll be like, well, I don't want to do free work. Well, first of all, bro, you're just starting, so you need to try your hardest to get that client on board, even if you have to sacrifice a little bit of money, number one. And number two, if you do follow my guide and you actually do everything that I tell you to do, it's really simple. You'll make the client money. If you get the right client, if you get the right content, if you set up the ads the right way, the email and SMS, you have no problem. By the way, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to set up the ads a little bit better, because I gave you a brief overview, but I didn't actually show you how to create a campaign from scratch. So I'm going to show you that, guys, in a second. But that's objection handling, and getting paid is really simple. You can make a Stripe account. So stripe.com, that's the industry standard. You might need to have an LLC for that. If you don't, bro, just take Zelle for now. Meanwhile, open an LLC and try to set up your Stripe account. But I'm pretty sure you can set it up before you have an LLC. But if you have like thousands and thousands of dollars coming in every single month, like 10K, they're going to ask you for your LLC documents, which you could just pretty much create after you're making a little bit of money. But for now, just take Zelle, Venmo, whatever. Not really a big deal. Now, here's some scaling tactics. That's the best thing about brand scaling, is that it's actually really easy to scale the agency, the business. So the first thing I would do is hire a team. So I've tried this before, but personally, I like to do it on my own. But you can hire designers that can do the actual ad creatives. You can find them on Fiverr, Upwork, wherever. They'll just pretty much put like, hey, 10% off and stuff like that onto the videos and make them look good, look nice. Then white label services. So what that means is you could pretty much partner with email and SMS agencies to actually do the email and SMS part of it if you don't want to do it, and then you guys split the money or you pay them monthly. I've had that before. I had one guy that was actually doing the emails while I was doing the SMS and I was running the ads, and it does save a lot of time. It is very useful. You just need to find someone that you could genuinely trust. But I don't recommend this until you're making at least 10K a month. See, like I'm making almost $30,000 a month off this, so I need to kind of delegate some of my work so I can focus on the ads especially. But you can also stop freelancing, and freelancing, all that means is that you're just doing it like, you know, yourself, like a freelance designer. It would be like somebody selling designs to clothing brands. They're not actually partnered with them. So what you could do is go from a freelance brand scaler to a brand scaling agency, and that's what I am. And that's where I charge $2,000 retainer fee for each one of my clients every single month. You could charge upwards of $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 depending on how much they're making. You can hire ad managers to run the ads. You could hire somebody to do outreach. You could hire someone to do email and SMS marketing, and then eventually you could sell a brand scaling course, kind of like me. But regardless, this is your 30-day launch plan. So first of all, create your Instagram profile, make a couple fake case studies, because you know you got to start somewhere, and start outreaching. Send 30 DMs a day, ChatGPT scripts or videos. And by the way, guys, this is a real course. This is what I teach a lot of my students to do. So if you're not getting value out of this, I don't know what you're doing. But regardless, day 16 to 25, after you finally get a client, close them. Make sure to hop on the call, FaceTime them, Discord. Make sure they trust you, they mess with you. Close them, you know, help them out, go through their website. Tell them, hey, I'll set up your ads, I'll set up your emails, I'll fix your website. I can see that this isn't working. Your for example, your website isn't optimized for conversions, or you're not doing upsells. I guarantee you I can make you this much money, you know? And then when you actually start running the ads, start with $20 a day budget for testing, and then slowly bring it to the scaling campaign for $50 to $100 a day, and then slowly scale that vertically or horizontally. So also, here are some really important terms to know. CAC is customer acquisition cost. This is total spend to acquire one customer, which is like through ads, through emails, through everything. The total cost is for you, or for your client, I guess, to get one sale. And then LTV, this is another very important term that nobody really talks about. Lifetime value is insanely important. For example, you want to keep lifetime customers. Most big brands are actually losing money with ads, but in the end, they're making money with lifetime value. So let's look at some ads from some huge huge brands like H&M or Gucci, and I'll show you exactly how they're making money. So here's a little cheat code. If you go to something called Facebook ad library, you could copy other people's ads. So for example, let's look at, I think, yeah, this brand is always running ads. As you can see, stuff like this. This is what I mean by designs. You could get somebody to make designs like this for you. Really simple. And look, this does really well. They're making a lot of money. I actually bought some of their pieces literally from these ads. But back to what I was saying, if you look at huge brands like, for example, Gucci, they're really expensive pieces, and their ads are more like, you know, they're not really meant for sales. They're just meant for, obviously they are sales, but they're not like pushing in, no, discount this, buy it now, blah, blah, blah. It's just somebody wearing the pieces, their fancy photo shoots, stuff like that. And they're probably losing money on the sales because these pieces are very expensive. Let's look at it. They're probably charging hundreds and hundreds of dollars per piece. So as you could see, like, for example, some of these pieces, let's look at them. Yeah, 3.4K. And realistically, these ads are costing them a lot of money. And if they're losing money on the first sale, it doesn't matter because Gucci does pre-made. They're super high quality. They know that the customer is going to love the product. And what is going to happen is the customer is going to come back and shop with them and shop with them and shop with them for months and months and months, or years and years and years. All they had to do is that the first time they spent, for example, $500 to acquire that customer, the customer acquisition cost was $500, but the LTV, for example, is $5,000. Even though the first product, they lost money. And then slowly, the more products you buy, the higher the LTV is and the more profitable Gucci becomes. So it's kind of a long-term game. That's why it's not really good to do pre-orders, because clients hate you or customers hate you and they don't want to come back and shop. Now, ad fatigue, I already told you what this is. So before I end this video off, I just want to show you guys how to actually create a campaign from scratch, because that's probably what you actually came here for. And like I said, guys, again, watch the free training. There's so much sauce in there, and I'm going to send you the whole document for you to actually keep. You could check it out yourself. You could view it. The first thing you want to do is very simple. Click create campaign. You're going to get a couple different options. Click sales, click continue. That's simple, right? Wait for it to load. Click manual sales campaign. You do not want to do Advantage Plus shopping campaign. That just messes a lot of stuff up. Then name the campaign. For example, this is the testing campaign, so I'll do testing, and then this is for vid. I'll put that. Very simple. Turn off Advantage Catalog Plus, leave all this stuff off, click next, click website. If you want to do website and shop, you can try, but I generally do website. Now, performance goal, maximize number of conversions, data set, select your pixel. If you don't know how to have a pixel, I'm going to teach you guys in another video. Just ask me in the comments down below. And then conversion event, don't pick any of these stuff. You want to do purchase. Boom, select this, then scroll down, budget. I recommend starting 20-50 bucks a day. Let's do 50 bucks, for example. Then right here, you go here, you click show more options, then edits on placement, manual placements, and then boom, select Instagram. Only Instagram, because I just don't like Facebook. Click next. You have the Facebook page linked, Instagram account linked. Name the ad whatever you want. For example, I'm gonna name it pick one, and then also name the ad set whatever you want. So for example, this would be photos. I would keep photo and video separate, so you could literally click right here, boom, quickly duplicate existing campaign, and then you can name this one, for example, video. Video. Now you have all these actual ads right here, and this one I would do pick one, this one I would do vid one. So for the video, we do single image. Let's set up the creative. Let's do video ad. You pretty much type in your website URL, and what I like to do, I always like to put it into Google, because you see I messed up the URL, and then you just copy and paste it right from here, so it will be HTTPS, so it actually works. This stuff I just kind of skip. Next, text, whatever the headline is. So for example, you want to do 50% off for the next 24 hours. Boom, done. Next, media, select the video. Next, original, boom, enhance. Keep these on. It's always good to always have these on. Click done, and then boom, you're good to go. Use the AI for your advantage. And then tracking, I always turn on all the tracking. I mean, the app events doesn't matter, but I do offline and website events. And then publish, and you're good to go. So I hope you boys learned something. This is a crazy video to record, this 1 hour video. I wish you the best of luck with your journey brand scaling. Watch the free training. There's so much sauce, and I'll send you the document. I'll see you boys in the next one.